And this is Laura Trump and Alex Stein from Blaze TV. Laura Trump, incidentally, could be the next RNC chair because of all of her experience in funneling money, apparently, to Donald Trump.
So Fat Joe's obviously one of the most famous rappers,
yeah.
And he bought the Trump shoes, and he had to make a video talking about it. He's like, it's not that I love Donald Trump, it's that I'm a sneakerhead.
Why? If you collect art, do you really know what Basquiat was into? Do you know what Andy Warhol was into? Any of these artists that you was into? You love the art. So you get it. I guess they separate art from the person. Now me as a sneaker collector, I had to get my hand on the Trumps. Once again, I'm not a Trumper. I dislike Trump. I'm not voting for him, not now, not never. But I'm a sneaker collector into the art, so I had to find these.
And I love, you know
what? He should have just embraced it and given them 2 fingers and just been like, that's it. That's the kind of attitude people need to start having. And I think people are coming around to that. I feel like there's been a shift. People are like, you know what? We're done. We're not trying to hide that we like Donald Trump anymore because, quite frankly, America is going to be destroyed if he's not back in office. Forget it. The rest of the world follows suit. People need to just start speaking up and speaking loudly. Don't apologize for getting a pair of Donald Trump sneakers.
Pause it for 1 second. Pause it 1 second. I have to ask. I want you to go back just a little bit. Understand the premise of what well, there's 2 things. One, why are they on a spaceship that is flying through the air at a very slow speed? That's one thing I want to say. Like, honestly, like, I'm getting nauseous with their set, where it's as if this thing is sort of like hovering around the, above the earth in some weird way and spinning.
Like
one of those spinning restaurants. It's a very strange choice.
It's like a loitering.
Let's just be clear on Laura Trump's argument here. Based upon the fact that this guy completely has had to go on and make a video denying that he in any way is supportive of Donald Trump. That seems to be evidence that people are really coming around and being supportive of Donald Trump. That's the argument she's made. But he's going to even build upon that.
People are like, you know what? We're done. We're not trying to hide that we like Donald Trump anymore because, quite frankly, America is going to be destroyed if he's not back in office. Forget it. The rest of the world follows suit. People need to just start speaking up and speaking loudly. Don't apologize for getting a pair of Donald Trump sneakers.
No, never apologize for that. But I'm telling you, Laura, I go out and I'll interview white people, black people, Asian people. I'm telling you, everybody says, do you want Trump back? Literally, they all say it.
Yes.
I want Trump back. Things were better when Trump was president. So you're right. I think more people are now, it's not, they can be more proud to support Trump. But at the same time, it's so stupid that the guy's the most popular guy in the world. Every rapper loved him. Everybody, I'm just saying every celebrity was kissing Trump's derriere before he became president. And then he becomes president. He's not the most popular guy in the world. It just shows you how hypocritical and disingenuous all of these, athletes and celebrities and
well, yeah, because they're controlled. These are people who are being told if you say anything nice about Donald Trump now that he's running as a Republican, now that he's a Republican president, you're going to lose your contract, you're going to lose your fans. People get nervous, but I'm going to tell you, we are the counterculture now.
Mm-hmm.
Conservatives, it is cool now to be a conservative. This is how people want to be. If you want to be anti-establishment, anti the man, all that stuff that the liberals tried to claim a long time ago. Now you're a conservative doing those things. It's coming back around. This is going to be our year. This is going to be our moment. Things are changing. There's a massive shift occurring.
No, and you're right. But the only thing is, I want that shift to be the populist movement, because I want all of these, even if they have liberal ideas, they should still be supporting Trump.
Totally.
It's so dumb that these people they don't realize this guy has, I guess my point is, when everybody calls Trump some right-wing guy, he's not. He's he's not.
Common sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Common sense.
He's
okay. So there's, they're actually even arguing with each other. First off, their whole argument that it's cool now and counterculture to be supportive of Trump is built upon a guy who's like, look, these sneakers are a freak show and they're a memento. But I don't like Trump at all. And they built their interpretation of this is now it's cool to be Trump. This guy has to cut a video saying it's so so uncool to be a follower of Trump. If any of your audience is a young person, that he's got to say like I'm not a follower of Trump. I'm just justifying in some way why I have these sneakers. And the idea that now Republicans are the counterculture, that conservatives are the counterculture, is exactly like, it's not the entirety of the point of, but read The Reactionary Mind by Corey Robin. At least part of that is explaining that conservatism is constantly repackaged as being counterculture when all it does is in a new-fangled way reinforce all of these same patriarchal, right-wing fundamentalist vision of how the world should work. We literally just saw the Republican response to the State of the Union delivered by a woman in a kitchen. Like that would be, if I was going to set out to do a parody of the right wing, I would take one of their female senators and put her in a kitchen.
Right, also like the youngest one too, like with
right,
young
yeah, put
children.
It in a kitchen, like, just like say like this is it, folks. Like she's a senator, but she's still in the kitchen. Just want you to know the real place is in a kitchen, and somehow this is the counterculture. It's fascinating. All it does is reinforce these like sort of, I mean, I don't know how long there have been kitchens, really functional kitchens like this, but hundreds of years. These tropes, it's all it does is reinforce it. Fascinating. We still got one. We got time for this last one too. There is a critique of Israel out there that often gets labeled as anti-Semitic, and it's not. Very often, particularly in this context, you see critiques of Israel shot down as anti-Semitic, and it's unfortunate because then when you get an actual example of anti-Semitism, it doesn't get the attention that it really needs. This is, one really gets the sense that Candace Owens' contract is either about to expire on the Daily Wire, or she is like got one of these like pay to play contracts, or in other words, you can fire me, but you still have to pay out my contract.
Right, because I'm with you on this too, because as we've talked about, I feel like if Ben Shapiro had his way, I assume she would have been fired some time ago if there weren't some big poison pills in her contract.
Hey, as we head towards the 2024 election, both parties are going to attempt to control the media narrative, so it's vital to know what you're reading and where it's coming from, which is why our sponsor, Ground News, is going to be absolutely crucial. Their website and app gathers related articles from around the world in one place with context about each source, like whether they have a political bias, how reliable they are, who owns them, etc. Go to ground.news/majority to check them out. One of my favorite features, it's the blind spot feed, which shows you stories that are disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. So when your neighbor tells you that 1/3 of Americans think Biden's election was illegitimate, you're going to know he's talking about a poll taken back in December that was mostly covered by right-leaning news sources. And then all of a sudden, you guys have common ground to base your conversation in. You can actually engage with the facts, like, for instance, who conducted the poll? What was the sample size? If you sign up using my link, ground.news/majority, you're going to get 40% off the Vantage plan, which includes unlimited access to the blind spot feed. It's a really good service with an important mission, so I hope you're going to check it out.